Hey guys, it's Max. I hope you guys are all doing well. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the latest firmware for the S20 Ultra and seeing if Samsung finally fixed the cameras on this high-end, expensive smartphone. I'm actually recording with it right now, and I'm not only going to be comparing it to the previous firmware, but I'm also going to throw in a few comparison shots with my iPhone 11 Pro just to see how they compare with the latest firmware fix. Starting off with the previous firmware, you see it takes a while to switch focus, and then when it does, it's very harsh. It's not smooth. It's almost like it's changing in steps. And even when it does lock on as soon as she stands up, it goes out of focus again, back in focus, back out of focus. It's not smooth whatsoever. You don't want this in your videos. And here we have the firmware update. You see it switched pretty quick, and it looks to be a little bit smoother as well. And there it actually didn't lock into focus, and then it switched back right there. So definitely we're seeing some improvement. It's not focus hunting as much, and it might be a little smoother, but we're still seeing some of that stepping. And here we have them side by side for you guys to be able to compare back and forth. The focus transition is quicker. We have less hunting. But if we look at the top left corner of the latest firmware, you still see that kind of stepping, especially when it's focusing closer. But overall, it is a welcome improvement. And now let's add in its biggest competitor, the iPhone. And you see, even with the firmware update, it cannot compete with the iPhone. The iPhone is instantly switching, picking up my daughter's face. It's switching back quickly, super smoothly, no jerkiness, no stuttering, none of that. It is doing an excellent job. Now let's look at some photos. This is with the old firmware. The first shot was in focus with my daughter on the swing. Second one, out of focus. Third one, also out of focus. Fourth one, out of focus again. Fifth one is out of focus. Sixth, even worse. And the seventh shot, finally it got it in focus again. So 2 out of 7 shots were in focus on the swing. And now on the right side, I have the latest firmware, and you see it is out of focus on the first shot, but it took a picture earlier. Same thing with the second shot. And then we go into the third shot. It is also out of focus, and that was getting me worried. And then another out of focus shot. And then the fifth one here, it actually is in focus, but it took the picture later. It took longer to focus before it snapped the photo. Same thing for the sixth one is in focus, and also the seventh one. So it looks like 3 out of 7 were in focus. And now let's see how the iPhone did. You guys can see it's much closer, even though I'm taking a picture at the same time. The iPhone has much less shutter lag. So there's kind of the best scenario, which was actually using the before firmware. And I'm pressing it as soon as she's the closest to me. So let's just take a look at the series of the iPhone shots. So this one is in focus here. This shot, her face out of focus, but it got the hair on top, which is actually a little bit closer to me. This shot right here, this one's slightly out of focus on the face, but she's much closer. This shot's in focus. The next shot was in focus, and that one is in focus, and this one's in focus as well. So the shutter lag is maybe a quarter of the lag of the S20, and the focus is much better. This is using the telephoto, and I just screen recorded to show you the performance of the focusing, and it'll sometimes misfocus, sometimes it'll just take too long, sometimes it'll lock on like that, and then sometimes it'll just misfocus, and it'll just allow you to take the photo without it being in focus. And now with the latest firmware, you guys could see it actually misfocused on the lens there, but it was faster. Focused on the camera there, and then going back. Looks like it got it. Let's try one more time. Okay, not bad. Definitely looks like we do have some improvements. Still a little bit of hunting, and it's not sure where to focus on, but definitely better. And now tracking my son at 4K 60, shifted to the front, to the back, to his face, back again, and then it finally locked on. And then afterwards, looks to be doing okay, a little bit smoother there. And then it kind of misses his face at first in the background, and then it locks on. And then looking at the iPhone, first off, the actual quality looks way better. We have a nice smooth transition. He gets way closer, but it locks onto his face and his hair. And here's just another side by side. So the S20 did get a little bit better as far as the focus hunting, but it still has a ways to go. So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did Samsung do enough? Was this fix enough to make you consider buying one of these Ultras? Or is it not enough? Is it too late? I want to hear your guys' opinions. Also, if you want to see a comparison against the iPhone as far as maybe photos, some night shots with the latest firmware on the S20 Ultra to see if there's any image quality differences or any other fixes, let me know down below and hit that thumbs up button, and maybe we'll consider making another one. If you guys want to see more videos, click that little circle above, and then if you want to see a couple great videos, we have some right over there on the side. Thanks for watching. This has been Max, and I will see you in the next one.